So I personally consider the 9 to 5 as well-paid slavery. And I know it's harsh to accept or hear that, but hear me out. A 9 to 5, yes, you're paid, but considering the average cost of living in America, considering the average salary in America as well, most people don't make a livable wage. And so most people are content. Yes, you're content and you're happy with what you have. If you're comparing yourself to other people in other nations, there's a lot of reasons to be happy. There's a lot of reasons to be, content. And that's exactly how they want you to feel. They want you to be okay with getting the scraps. They want you to be okay knowing that you spend, out of your 24 hours, you spend a good chunk. You spend a fourth of your day at work. Oh, my math is completely off. I'm sorry. You spend a third of your day at work. Out of a 24-hour day, you spend a third of your day at work, which is 8 hours. You're sleeping. You should be sleeping for another 8 hours. For some of us, that's a luxury to get 8 hours of sleep, depending on how many hours you work. And so you have the other third of your day to live your life from Monday through Friday. You have a third of your day, not to mention you have to travel. You're spending most of your time away from your family, the family you work hard for, the family you're, making these sacrifices for. You don't even get to spend time with them like that. You spend more time with your coworkers, more time at work than you do anything else. And the sad part about it is most people are doing this and making this sacrifice for a job they don't even like. They're just doing it for money. You're literally trading your time, not because of a purpose, of a calling. You're trading your time for money. And so you take this money, the worst part about it is you take this money, and before you even get paid, the IRS takes a cut. You have to pay bills. You have to pay to afford your cost of living. And then a lot of us take it a step further. We buy luxury stuff that we can't even afford. Whether it's vacations, trips, designer, or, we pay for vehicles and all these extra expenses that we can't even afford. So essentially, if you look at the equation, you're trading your time in exchange for money. You're taking that money, which is really your time. It's really your time. Money is a medium of exchange. You're exchanging your time for money. So when you're spending your money, you're actually spending your time. You're spending your time, which is the only finite resource. Time is one of the only finite resources that is out there. You don't get the time back. And it's like sometimes you want to tell yourself you should be grateful. You get to pay your bills. You're so entrenched in the system that they have made you content and happy with this equation. The fact that you're spending little to no time with your family. And if you were doing something that was meaningful to you, that was aligned with your purpose, it'd be worth the sacrifice. If you were doing something that you were happy and dedicated to and devoted to, it'd be worth the sacrifice. But let's be honest, how many of us are doing that? And as a free thinker, as a creative, this system really just ever since I was a kid, I just despise this system and this idea. It's like, I despise, and I think I despise it so much, but somehow I found myself getting into the system. I found myself buying into the dream that they sell you, going to college. I bought into it. I was expected from a Caribbean background. I was expected to go to college, and I did just that. From a cultural standpoint, if you didn't go to college, you would be, your chances of success was painted as slim. But then we soon realized that college is also a scam, because it's not the same as it used to be. A bachelor's degree now is it's like having a high school diploma back then, because that's the level. What we were sold is that the keys or the entry into the middle class life was a bachelor's degree. It's not the case anymore. Cost of school is going up, cost of living is going up, but the pay is not matching the trajectory of this raise. So what it ends up happening is most people go to college, they rack up a bunch of debt, and now that debt that they racked up is weighing them down. They have to take a job they probably don't enjoy to pay off this debt. It's all a trap. It's all a trap. Before you know it, your time's gone by and you're in this system. You're so deep into it, you probably are strapped with debt. You have no choice but to work. That's why I consider it well-paid slavery, because they get you to the point where you are so deep. You have a family, you have kids, you have responsibilities. Now you have no choice but to trade your time and trade your dreams at the same time. You're giving up your dreams, you're trading your dreams and your time for the system. And that's why they call it the rat race. You're just running in place. And a lot of people from like abroad, where they don't have the same opportunities, yes, they would do anything to have these opportunities. But what I find as a Haitian American, what I find is that when people who glamorize it from abroad, when they actually get in the system and they find out that, you know, they don't have any time to enjoy the money they're making, the money they're making is gone before they get to even enjoy it. They have to live super frugal. The immigrants, they have the right mindset. They have to live super frugal so that they can have some extra reserve. They take that extra reserve and they either build a business, they build a home back home, their home country. They live together. They have it figured out. But we're such big consumers that we have not only been trapped and tricked into the system, but we've also been tricked into just consuming, over consuming beyond what we truly can afford. And then we find ourselves shackled in the system, and you're trapped in the system. And if you're lucky, when you're 67, whatever the retirement age is, if you're lucky, you'll get a chance to retire just in time for you, to be old, for your kids to be grown, and then you're penny pinching so you can make that money that you saved up last. I don't want to be a part of this system.